Elizabeth from Elizabeth Books, and I'm here today to do a book unhaul. This is my first book unhaul of 2016, and hopefully my last, because I'm hoping to not buy books, but you know, we'll see. But these are all the books I've gone through my shelves and are the ones I don't want to reread, didn't like for a reason. I'll go through them and explain to you why, and I'm sorry if you like these books. These were just ones I did not really enjoy and I would rather give to someone else to enjoy and for me to get new books out of the deal. Further ado, let's just get into them. So first I'm going to get rid of Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. This was not very enjoyable for me. I just thought it was it was a mix of a lot of different young adult books, and I'm just never gonna reread it. Didn't really like it. The cover is so pretty though, which is like what's taken me like a whole year to get rid of it, but I'm gonna get rid of it. Then I'm gonna get rid of two Rainbow Rowell books. I'm gonna get rid of Landlines and Attachments by Rainbow Rowell. This is an art copy, so not that big of a deal to get rid of. Out of her books, these aren't very enjoyable to me. These are both like her adultish ones. So this one's about an older woman who's like going through a tough time during Christmas with her husband. And this one is about a guy who reads emails of like these two girls, and he starts developing a crush on one of them, and they're both okay. Like, I guess I enjoyed when I read them, but thinking about them, I don't want to reread them. They weren't my favorite. Then I'm going to get rid of The Lightning Thief graphic novel by Rick Riordan. This was just not very good. If you want to read Percy Jackson, like, read Percy Jackson. It won't take you that long. It's not that long of a series. This was a very, like, condensed version of it, and I didn't like it. Getting rid of The Man of My Dreams by Curtis Suttonfield. It was just okay. I've read two of her other books and I really enjoyed those ones, and this was just like a 3-star meh book. Nothing too exciting happened. And I'm getting rid of 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher, not because I don't like it, but because I got a version that isn't beat up. This is a very beat up copy, and I bought one that's like perfect, so I'm just gonna get rid of my beat up copy because I care about that kind of stuff, which should matter, but it does. Then I'm getting rid of The Coincidence of Coconut Cake by Amy E. Reichart. This is pretty terrible adult novel. It's just very, you knew what was going to happen. The back of the book is literally like all of the book, except the last like 10 pages where the secret's like revealed, but you know, it's like a romance book. You know what's going to happen. It was just meh. I'm getting rid of Wuthering Tights and A Midsummer's Night's Dream. I read this one. It was awful. It was so bad, and my friend Ashley from Tea Leaves and Bookbindings gave me both of them, and I just can't read this one because this one was so bad, and she was giving them away, so I took them from her, and now I'm gonna give them away too because they just weren't that good. Then I'm gonna pass along Joey Graceffa in Real Life, My Journey to a Pixelated World. It was okay. It was just, I watch him on YouTube, so, I mean, I know, like, most everything about him, and I don't need to reread his book again. On the same line of, like, autobiographies or whatever these are, you know, I'm gonna get rid of Why Not Me by Mindy Kaling. Same thing. It's just about her. I don't really care. It was an enjoyable read, I guess, but I'll give it to someone who actually wants to read about them, you know. Then I'm going to get rid of Unteachable by Leah Ryder. This was another one Ashley gave me that she was getting rid of, and I didn't really enjoy it. It was pretty badly written, so I'll give it to someone else. Also going to get rid of The Luxe Beginnings. I actually really did like these, and they're very sparkly, but I don't want to buy the rest of the series. I'd rather just read it from the library, so someone can get the first book to start the series. Then I'm going to get rid of Hopeless and Losing Hope by Colleen Hoover. I recently reread Hopeless, and it was not that enjoyable, and this is the same story in the boy's point of view, so I don't need them because I don't want to reread it. I know what happens. It's sad, it sucks, and it's not a very good book. Then getting rid of Mr. Penumbrum's 24-Hour Bookstore by Robin Sloan. It was just an okay book. I thought it would be more exciting or interesting, and it was just pretty meh for me. It was like a 3-star book. I wouldn't reread it again. This is a lot of them. I'm gonna get rid of Sophie Kinsella's Wedding Night. I really like Sophie Kinsella. I think she's funny, but this one was just very like meh for her books. Not very funny, not very exciting. I didn't really like the characters too much. Another arc I'm going to get rid of is Titans by Victoria Scott. This one was okay. It was just a lot like her Fire and Flood series. So if I had read this one first, I would have liked it, I think, over Fire and Flood. But because I read Fire and Flood first, that one is more exciting and amazing to me, even though it is basically the same story. So I don't know, whichever one you pick up first is probably which one you'll enjoy more. And I'm going to get rid of Soundless by Rochelle Mead. I got this in an Owl Crate box, but it just was an okay book. It was a pretty meh book. I don't think I would really do like Owl Crate again because I think I can pick my own books, you know, without being disappointed, hopefully. And this one was just okay. It was just too short. If it was longer, I think it would have been a better story, but it was just so short that everything happened so fast that you didn't really connect with any of the characters. Then I'm getting rid of Biggest Flirts, The Superlatives. I heard this was really funny and cute, but I read it and it was pretty boring, pretty meh high school story, and it's a series, but I have really no interest in reading more of it, even from like the library, so it's just going to go on to a new home. Then I'm getting rid of Trouble is a Friend of Mine by Stephanie Trombley. This was a kind of like Sherlock Holmes novel, kind of like teenage version, and it was okay, but very far-fetched, very strange. I wouldn't reread it. Then I'm going to get rid of Where Things Come Back by John Corey Whaley. This one I'm very sad about because I was so excited to read it, and I read it and it was so pointless and boring, and it just made me upset, and I'm just going to give it to someone else. I hope someone else enjoys it, but I was very disappointed in it. Felt like it was a waste of time. And getting rid of Shadowlands by Katie Bryan. This premise was very good. It was about a girl who almost got like kidnapped, murdered, and her family goes into like the witness protection program, but it's done in a very like non-realistic way, and it's just very unrealistic, and it all kind of went downhill from the beginning. And I think it's a series though, so I kind of want to know what happens because the twist was very strange. I didn't see it coming, but then at the same time I don't really want to read it, so you know, we'll see. And I'm gonna get rid of Burn for Burn by Jenny Han and Siobhan Vivian. This was just an okay book. I think I will read more from the library on it because I was kind of into it, but I don't want to own the series. And finally, I'm going to get rid of Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. I'm kind of sad because this cover is pretty cute, but the story was so boring. Oh my gosh, it was very boring. I did not like it. I don't think I like old-time books, you know what I mean, like reading the old English. I just couldn't get into it. I didn't enjoy it. Nothing exciting happened in this book, and I watched the movie though, and that movie is very boring too, so I mean, I should have known, but I do want to try to read more Jane Austen, so I'll have to try a different one, maybe one I don't know anything about. Maybe I need to go into Jane Austen like blind, because I kind of knew something about this and it just wasn't good. I don't know. Yeah guys, those are all the books I am getting rid of this time around, and what are some books that you're getting rid of? Let me know below, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye guys!